Jimin recently dropped his pre-release track Set Me Free Pete 2 from his upcoming solo debut album, Face, and the song is already breaking records on many platforms. Right after releasing, Jimin's solo MV quickly rose to the #1 streaming video on YouTube in the US. Mixed with Jimin fans' celebrations was outrage and disappointment when it was noticed that his MV's view count was dropping and, at times, freezing. Many noticed that while Jimin's MV is trending in more than 90 countries, but it only has 15 million views after 24 hours, which means only 166,000 views per country. Some fans even pointed out that at one point, YouTube deleted views 13 times and 338,732 views were deleted in a span of just 1 hour. Angry Jimin's fans began to trend #YouTube corrupt and YouTube sabotage BTS in search of answers. After receiving many backlash, YouTube finally spoke up. They said this is actually a normal part of how YouTube validates views. Temporarily slowing down or even freezing a video's view count is to be expected. Of course, their response did little to appease Jimin's fans. Some armies pointed out that other K-pop MVs that were recently released didn't seem to be subject to the same issues. However, regardless of YouTube's algorithms intentionally or not targeting BTS, Jimin's solo MV continues to trend, showing his and ARMY's power worldwide. Meanwhile, aside from Jimin, there's other highly anticipated solo debut this March, and it's none other than Jisoo's solo debut. BLACKPINK recently returned to the stage for their Born Pink tour, kicking off day 1 of 2 nights in Kaohsiung, Taiwan. The 4 talented YG girls captivated the Taiwanese audience with their sweet personalities, impressive stages, and new outfits. With Jisoo's solo debut approaching, the Taiwanese Blinks didn't miss their opportunity to ask her for a spoiler. To make sure fan requests are not ignored, Lisa called out and asked her oldest sister for one spoiler, and Jisoo obliged, turning her back to the audience before looking over her shoulder and making a shushing pose. Many responded to Jisoo hilariously dodging the request, while others wondered if the pose was actually part of her solo choreo. Through her pose, some fans even claimed that her solo title track is only one. Earlier in the soundcheck, the BLACKPINK girls were also said to spoil a Jisoo's solo choreography. Whether these moves were actually spoilers for her choreo or not, the talented Jisoo is certainly keeping Blinks on her toes. Meanwhile, according to a report by Star News on March 19th, Jisoo will appear as the first guest of Season 2 of the YouTube channel Lee Youngji's No Prepare My Alcohol Diary, which will begin on April 7th. As the special guest of this show, Jisoo will meet with idols and they talk and drink.